Good morning, it's Rachel Smith, the Business Grower. I've just been I'm bouncing on my gym ball. I've just been live streaming over in my Facebook group, Live Your Abundant Life, and I absolutely love that audience. And one of the amazing women in there wanted to know how to get started with live streams. So I was talking about that. And one of my clients jumped on the live stream, Shelley, who's amazing. And we're both really good at being consistent in our groups, and we live stream once, twice a day, and it's really great, and it's very, high quality, and the audience is very, very engaged. But what we both confess to in the live stream that I've just done is that we very rarely live stream over here on our actual pages. So I've thrown down the gauntlet to Shelley and said, come on Shelley, let's make a commitment that we will live stream from our own pages, because we've got super comfortable with live streaming in our groups with our amazing people, and we have forgotten about live streaming over on our pages. So I've just jumped straight on, and I'm like, right, I'm on it, because this is something that's really, really important to me. So if you've not come across me before, I'm Rachel Smith, the Business Grower. I work with female entrepreneurs who are passionate about business and who are looking at really taking their business to the next level. It's kind of like they've awakened the realisation that they can have it all in life and in business, and they're ready to take the action, they're ready to step up, they're ready to change the mindset, they're ready to increase the visibility. And I have so much fun with my clients and helping them to grow their business. I absolutely frigging love it. My superpowers are really looking at the mindset of female entrepreneurs. I truly understand what the challenges, what the barriers, what the mindset, the negative mindset is that actually stops you from growing your business. But equally, I understand how you can overcome all of that and actually triple your results like I did in 2016. But I'm also a northern lass from the UK. So one of my other superpowers is that I love the strategy side of things. I love understanding the big picture and understanding from my clients' perspective just where they actually want to take their business. And I love supporting them to get that clarity about who they're serving, how they're showing up, and then at the kind of key strategies behind that. Love it. And I absolutely love creating offers and launching and selling. They're definitely becoming my superpowers as well. And I'm currently working with a group of my clients on a specific training and coaching program right now called Create, Launch and Sell. And we're having lots of fun about understanding how you can go out there consistently, create amazing offers, launch them and sell them all the time, and just, serve your clients in the most amazing way, but equally increase your results in a really brilliant way. So one of the things that I want to talk about today is leverage. So, I was talking to my sister, who's also a business owner, and we were talking about some ideas that she had a couple of weeks ago, and I said, oh, you need to leverage your business now. And she was like, what do you mean by leverage? So as a business owner, and I'm talking about any type of business owner now, you don't just need to be a business owner online, but any business owner can leverage what they do. They can leverage their expertise, and they can use that leverage to massively accelerate your results. So let me talk a little bit about what happened to me this time last year. I was working mainly delivering my signature program, which actually I was a bit bored with, and I was kind of repeating the same thing over and over again. It just didn't fill me with joy, and I know lots of people do that in a really beautiful way, but it just doesn't work for me. And what I realised is that actually my audience wanted that, but they wanted so much more as well. So I started to leverage my expertise and to work and call with people in just a really brilliant way, where you look at what your clients' needs are and you create it. And you create it all the time, and you launch it all the time. And immediately I started to massively leverage my business, and I've started to talk to people in my audience who didn't just want my signature program. They wanted, you know, a lot of the strategies behind how you can have a successful business. But leverage is also about your time. I mean, I'm a working parent. I have 2 amazing children, and they're at primary school. So I work from kind of 9 o'clock through to 3. It's not very long, and I have to eat at some point during that time as well. And sometimes when you're in client work or you're in sales calls or something like that, you know, you can suddenly find that you've got no time at all. And I really don't have the time or the energy at the end of the day to work after I've picked the kids up, run them everywhere, done dinner 2 or 3 times, and all the other things. So I really have to leverage my time during the week as well. And I do, and you know, I run a really successful business. I'm very creative. There's lots of things going on behind the scenes. I'm working with my clients. I'm selling, I'm launching, I'm creating all the time. I create daily content. I'm over in Live Your Abundant Life all the frigging time, helping, supporting those guys. And if you haven't joined my free Facebook group for like women who are on a mission to have it all in their life and their business, I really invite you to come and join me in Live Your Abundant Life. So I leverage my time all the time, and I still have capacity in my very short week to go out to yoga classes, go and have coffee with my girlfriends, and I still get it all done. And that's because I leverage my time. You know, if I'm creating content over in Live Your Abundant Life, I repurpose it over here. If I've created a blog post, it's on my website. It's also shared across a few groups that I'm in actively. So it's all about leveraging. But when we actually look at our businesses, sometimes we can believe that we can't leverage our business because we're not like a consultant or a coach or something like that. And I'm here to say that you can. So as you're here, it'd be great to know who's here and if this is resonating with you, and if you've already leveraged your business and you're looking at new ways to leverage it, or if this is kind of news to you and you want to know more. If you're listening back to the recording, I would equally invite you to send me a message and let me know if you've got any questions about leverage. But let me go back to the story about my sister. She runs the most amazing forest school for preschoolers. So she's got a very niche market. She loves it. She's really in a flow. She's really in an element. But obviously at this moment of time, she only gets paid for the hours that she's working. And there's lots of business models like that, like therapists and trainers and yoga teachers, and some coaches are still having that model. Hypnotherapists, could go on and on. And what in a dog walk, I was able to explore with my sister exactly how she could leverage her business, and there's so many different ways. At one stage, she was like, "Whoa, we'll just start with this, and we might end up down here where you are, but we'll just start with leveraging this bit of my business." And I'm currently working with the most amazing women over my mastermind. We've got accountants, bookkeepers, yoga teachers, other coaches, therapists, all sorts of people in there, and every single one of them is looking at how they can leverage their business. So some of them don't even have an online business, but they can still find ways of leveraging. So let's talk about how you can do that specifically, because that's what we want to know, isn't it? So with leveraging, obviously if you're currently working one-to-one with people, one of the simplest ways that you can leverage that is that you can start to work with groups of people. So that could be big groups of people, small groups of people. It's entirely up to you. It's what you're comfortable with. So leveraging in your audience is a really cool thing that you can do. You know, if you're currently working one-to-one, think about how you can suddenly work with groups of people. Equally, if you're currently working in groups, another way to turn that leverage around is to create one-to-one work, which is at the higher price point. So you need few of these people to generate the money that you want to attract into your business. So that's leverage both ways. You can also leverage your expertise. So any of those services that I've just talked about, you have expertise in your field, whether it's massage, whether it's in yoga, whether it's in running a forest school, whether it's a coach, whether it's hypnotherapy. You have got the most amazing skills. You might have and you can leverage that information that you have, that knowledge that you have, because there's other people like you who need what you've got. So you might want to leverage your own expertise, you might want to leverage your expertise as a business owner, you might want to leverage your expertise as a woman. There's all sorts of different ways that you can actually package that up. It might be a signature program, you might create monthly training courses, it could be a big event, you know. There's loads and loads of different ways that you can leverage. You can create a passive income. That's leverage, isn't it? That's kind of saying, well, you know, I've got all of this information, this knowledge. Perhaps you've already created some training packages and they're just sat there on your hard drive, and since you've sold them and run them, hi Victoria, you've not actually delivered them again. So actually think about the resources that you already have, that you've already created, and how you can leverage those. Perhaps you can create like a vault or a library. Oh, I love a passive income, definitely, Victoria. So you can actually create like a resources library that people pay to access. You can set up a funnel where people can come in, perhaps they're downloading a freebie or they're accessing one of your programs at a kind of introductory cheap price point, and it's cheap because you've already created it, it's not brand new stuff. That's leverage, isn't it? So I hope that's given you some ideas about how you can leverage your business. So that's kind of the business side, that's the money making side of things. So how can you leverage your visibility? Because that's equally, you know, I've just disclosed I've got about 5 hours in the day to work, and obviously it's a really busy, hectic marketplace that we're in. So how do you actually leverage the content that you create? And that's super, super easy. So obviously I'm creating this live stream here on my page. That'll sit there. It could sit in a Facebook ad to actually grow my audience with that call to action for people to like this page, to come and join me in my group and Live Your Abundant Life. I'll also share this content over in Live Your Abundant Life. So I'll just share the video across. I could share this video in other groups. Obviously you need to check the groups descriptions to see if that's allowed. I upload all of my videos to my YouTube channel so that I've got this consistent library of resources that I can just point people to. I'll also have a weekly newsletter, and I'll incorporate videos that I've created previously into that newsletter, so I don't have to create new content. I mean, that's just crazy, isn't it, to create new content where you've already got, like, you might have 10 videos if you've been live streaming on your page and in your group. You might have 10 freaking videos, so why would you create some more content? In a really good time, and at the moment I have to put my hand up to say that this is not happening. I'm creating about 3 blog posts a week, but generally I create like a daily blog post, and that blog post goes on my website, it gets shared across social media, it will eventually get pinned onto my Pinterest board. I can use aspects of that on Instagram, but it's the same content, it's just been moved around in different places. So that's leverage, isn't it? I created a webinar ages ago. It's really well received, and that's actually going to go on my website really soon. So I'm just going to repurpose that, even though I created it in 2016. It's still really relevant. It's got mass value, so that's going to go on my website. So think about, you know, how you can leverage your content as well. And the other ways that you can leverage your content is by being a guest on somebody else's blog or podcast, or you do a takeover. Oh my God, you could talk about leverage the whole entire time. It could be an entire project for you in your business. So rather than just thinking, well, you know, I work Monday to Friday and I've compressed in this time, start to think more expansively about how you can use what you've already got, what you already do, and actually work with more people. And if you're already working with the masses, kind of invert that and think about how you can create something that's really intimate, that's really exclusive, where you can charge a higher premium price, but you're actually working with more, you know, you're working with a smaller amount of people, but for more money. So Victoria's just shared that she needs to do more podcasts and guest blogging. Me too, but March is busy enough without me doing that. What I'm creating in March will give me the capacity to do that more frequently. And I kind of like writing my own stuff as well. So I hope that's given you some ideas about how you can leverage your business. And I've done my challenge, so I'm going to now go and pester my clients and actually see if she is taking up the gauntlet about posting on her page as well. So if you've liked this, I share a ton of content over on this page on Rachel Smith Business Grower, and tons of content, challenges, webinars, masterclasses over in Live Your Abundant Life. You can find me on Instagram under Rachel Smith 72 and in Instagram stories a lot. I really love Instagram stories. I know Victoria's on there as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that. You can check me out on my website, which is currently www.rachelsmithlifecoach.com. And if you've got any questions about leverage, I'm quite happy to answer those whilst we're here today. We were talking over in Live Your Abundant Life about getting started with live streaming, because I still have some of my audience who know that they really want to do it, but it's kind of getting started with that. So that's what we were talking about today. I absolutely love live video. I don't know why I don't do more of it over here. I will. That's my commitment. Right. If you haven't got any questions for everybody who's here on the live stream, I look forward to connecting with you again. If you're not currently a member of Live Your Abundant Life, feel free, hop on over, and I'll be live streaming from my page again soon. Have a really fabulous day. Bye for now.